Let me get this straight. You blew up a building.
2 CIs and the CEO of 22andU.
2 competing federal agencies with the same mission.
I don't understand why those Fed a-holes are so darn mean.
To protect the public from the scourge of dangerous misinformation.
You know those bum idiots. This is all them. We had a solid case.
The word entrapment, not even in their vocabulary.
The explosives we provided were fake.
Sworn to a duty to always tell the truth.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
We're all being transferred.
To where?
The only place currently with openings. Alaska.
Good morning.
Welcome to the office, huh?
And we got the retro feel. You know, the funny about federal buildings, they're all different, but they're still somehow all the same.
Oh, good morning, Agent Walker. At the coffee station. We actually drew straws before he got here, and I won, so we get to work together.
Let's get started. Let's see if we can't stir something up.
Let's give it a minute. I like to warm up my truth muscles, a little coffee beforehand.
Well, what do you want to do first?
What do we have for a surveillance van?
Oh, wow. I got a Ford Explorer. We don't have a surveillance van.
Do you put many cases here?
Cases?
Yeah, cases. We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy.
You really believe this? You really believe that people posting crap online is going to cause our country to crumble?
I think the work that we do is important.
We don't have a surveillance van.
Me and some people got one. We've never needed one.
We need a surveillance van. We need a big case, or a CI who can lead us to a big case.
What do you need the van for?
Surveillance.
CIs, or confidential informants, are the lifeblood of any good law enforcement agency. Public posts on social media are one of the best ways to find CIs. Agents would never use coercion or take things out of context to try and persuade someone to become a confidential informant.
New Taylor Swift single is absolute fire. I'm just seeing a lot of incendiary and violent language here.
Agents always need to be on their toes and ready to make snap decisions.
Is there anything I can do for you guys? Actually, David, there is something you can do for us.
Chicky nuggies.
Chicken nuggies.
What?
Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. McDonald's cheeseburger. Burger King. Burger King cheeseburger. Flame broiled. And chicken nuggets.
Oh, baby, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be your beaver pilot. Said, honey, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be.
Awesome, right?
Is this a loner?
This thing's totally legit.
What is this? It's got windows!
All right, welcome to the live show on a Thursday night. And it sounds like my mic is working, so that is wonderful. And cheers, hello. And yeah, that intro was the little trailer we put together for our show. Who's outside? And we got, I think that's Lukey probably. We got one dog outside that decided, oh, I'm going to stick around out here and bark and bark and bark and bark. So that's what they're good at. So yeah, that trailer was the trailer for our show. Mistakes were made. The whole reason that we started this channel. So if you haven't checked out the episodes, I got 6 episodes up on the page there. Hello, good evening. Hi. And we'll be filming more soon and getting them popped out, ready to go. But yeah, other than that, just been, doing the normal work thing. Hope everybody's doing good out there. And yeah, I know. Exciting stuff. Woohoo. All right. Well, let's just. What do we got here? What do we got here? I got some stuff that I found interesting that I wanted to pull up. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is oh, this is breaking news right here. Yeah, my yellow one's. I mean, will this work, or you need something better? Or my yellow thing's in the bedroom. So, all right, I didn't have this on the radar tonight, but it looks like. Give me a second here. Give me a moment. It looks like Dildo Gate in the WNBA is ongoing. That's right. Another rubber phallic symbol has been tossed onto the court at a WNBA game. So if you haven't heard, it seems that recently people have taken to tossing rubber phallic symbols onto the court at WNBA games. This is probably the 5th one now. And so the other night, yep, here we go. Here's another one 22 minutes ago. 22 minutes ago, it's purple dildo night in the WNBA. Dildo Gate continues as we have now the other ones. The other ones have been green. This one is purple. Why are we throwing dildos onto the floor at WNBA games? I don't know. This is one of the here. I think this is one of the first ones the other night. We can. So we got somebody. So we've got a basketball. Yeah, as you can see, there is a green dildo right there. So that's my favorite reaction too. It's like the rest going to be like, all right, I'm going to kick this thing out of here, and the towel guy's like, no, God, I don't want to touch it with my. I got a towel for that. I'm going to wrap it in the towel. Let me come wrap it in the towel. Don't kick the dick at me. Don't kick the dick. Like, God. Let me kick this dick over to you. Ah! Oh my good God. All right, so that was one of the first ones. Then we actually had somebody arrested. So this person here, 18-year-old Caden Lopez, has been arrested for throwing the dildo at the WNBA star Sophia Cunningham at last night's WNBA game. He's been charged with assault and disorderly conduct. Now, that was probably the 4th dildo throw. We live in just such crazy freaking times. We really do. We really live in, like, this is what people are talking about. So let's see. I'm not going to share that. Okay, so this is the one the other night. This was the one the guy was arrested for. And hang on. Do this right here. Show. Okay, so this is the Sophie Cunningham dildo throw.
Oh, look out.
And so she gets hit with it. Somebody actually hit Sophie Cunningham. You can see right there. It's bouncing. It looks like, I'm trying to see when it comes out. I don't know if you can because of the, it's there. Like it's right there. It's spinning right there. So it must have been, and I'm not even sure where it comes from. Does it come from, I thought it came from this way, but now I'm thinking I don't know where it came from. But it hits her in the foot. You can see it spinning right there. So it had to hit somewhere around this point in time. So yeah, so
oh, look out!
Hit
Something
with a
just
dildo
to the floor.
That person kicks it off.
An object that just flew in.
Nobody wants to call it what it is. An object just flew in.
Was being made. And it looked like that hit a player too.
All right, so Sophie Cunningham is you know, she's pretty high profile right now. She gets hit with that. This person gets arrested. So 18-year-old Caden Lopez right here has been arrested for throwing the dildo at WNBA star. And then tonight we get another one. All right, stand by. So we get a purple one tonight. And then we had a statement today by one of the coaches. And let's see if I can find that. Sorry, trying to, there was quite the statement today from one of the coaches here. So let's see. Let's see what I can search for. Oh man, I wish X's search engine was much better. I do. It really sucks. It really, really sucks. Your search sucks, X. It sucks. All right, let's see. Minnesota links. So Cheryl Reeve. Okay, I gotta search for Cheryl Reeve. Make sure you spell it exactly right or it won't show up. Okay, so she is a Lynx coach. And this was her statement about how horrible it is for dildos at WNBA games.
Obviously, you guys know what the object is. And I just want to comment on, this has been going on for centuries. The sexualization.
So, according to the coach here, people have been throwing dildos on the WNBA courts for centuries. I wasn't aware. I mean, I find myself as, you know, someone who's pretty up to date on history. I'm not sure that this statement is accurate. This could be misinformation.
the sexualization of women. This is the latest version of that. And it's not funny. And it should not be the butt of jokes on any radio show.
It's not funny. Dildos are not funny.
Or in print or in any comments. The sexualization of women is what's used to hold women down. And this is no different. This is just its latest form. And we should write about it in that way. And these people that are doing this should be held accountable. And we're not the butt of the joke. They're the problem. And we need to.
Oh, there's so many lines in there. Oh, I saw you went after her today. I saw that. Yeah. What did she say something? Send me a DM. You got to send me a DM on it. I'm curious what she went off on today. So shoot me a synopsis, or if there's a Facebook link, or not a Facebook, a YouTube link or something, shoot it to me. So
Thanks, Coach.
She's mad. She's mad about dildos. Now, it's childish as hell? Yes, it's stupid. We should not be throwing phallic rubber cocks on the basketball floors. It is dumb. But it's just, I mean, now it's a damn thing. Now somebody started it, and now it's a damn thing. And you know it's just going to continue. And we're going to get, I bet you, if it continues and we have, let's say we get up to like 10 or so incidents of this, we are going to have millions and millions of words spoken and written about dildos on the floors of NBA games. It's just going to be, one of those huge things that gets everybody's attention, but yet it's really dumb. It's just so dumb. I don't even. Who were the teams tonight? I wonder. Let's see. Okay. This is really okay. This is kind of funny here. By Steve Byrne, who is a comedian. He writes, another dildo showed up at a WNBA game, and a picture of Howard Stern. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I can see that. Let's see. The mysterious shadow appears above WNBA arena just hours before tip-off. Like, yeah, I know. And these are the jokes. These are the jokes you're going to get. You know, and she even said we shouldn't be the butt of the joke. But this is, I mean, WNBA warns, if you throw anything on the court, you'll be forced to attend 10 more WNBA games. I mean, it's just, that's what we're going to get. The WNBA had okay, so I did read that. They actually put in a no bag policy for tonight's game. So this is Atlanta versus Chicago. It's in the fourth quarter. It's at the end of the game, at the very end of the game.
About a 10-0 start in the third quarter.
So it's 86-65. The game is over.
Three quick.
And then, of course,
turnovers. Chicago started this game so strong, Lisa.
And we're not going to we get no comment at all from the commentators.
About a 10-0 start in the third quarter. This guy had three.
See it bounce right there. Oh, that came from way up. Whoa, I just caught that. All right, so this thing, there it is right there. So it comes down. That's the moment of impact right there on the thing. You can see the thing right here. Okay, so right here is is purple happy thing. And you can see it bounces. It hits and bounces like ding. So
The third quarter, the Sky had
you could tell that had some velocity to it from coming from way up. Boink. Oh my gosh. It's so it's just insanity. It's absolutely insanity. Mm. Oh wow. Oh, so Bullhorn Betty is violating her restraining order again against the Proudfoots. Oh my gosh. She just won't stop, will she? She just will not stop. That is the definition of insanity. All right, hang on. Oh, grab one thing. What a nutter. What a complete nutter. Yeah, I mean, these people will I don't know. That's the oh, I was the so these people trying to bring attention to themselves and everything. I don't know if you guys have seen this, so and I didn't have this on my radar tonight either, but screw it, it just popped into my head. So this there is like this whole big drama on X between a bunch of different like right-wing traditional trad influencers that are going like after each other, and holy crap, it's insane. It's showing like and these people aren't in this for, I mean, they're in it for themselves. That's all this is. This is just young people that like it's trendy now. Yeah, shoot me a link. We'll see if we can get to it, or I'll throw it in tomorrow night. But yeah, I mean, that woman is nuts. So I'm trying to find the original. Let me find the original post. But it's become trendy, and there's a lot of money in being a young woman who wants to say that you're, traditional and just the whole influencer thing is there is a lot of money in it. There just is. There's a whole lot of money in it. And so, damn it, where is it? And now you can't even find the original story because everybody's written about it. Like Matt Walsh even had a thing about it. Oh, excuse me. But I want to find the original one because it's that stupid. Oh my God. But you can't find the right one because everybody's talking about it. So instead of having the original story. Bear with me, I will get to it. Okay, so Sarah Stock, that was the original person. Okay, so Sarah Stock is I've never heard of this person, so I will just tell you that I don't know who this is. This is a writer and commentator for the Rift TV. She's got 120,000 followers. She's got a show, right? So I mean, probably doing okay. She got engaged. And she just typed in I won, and she posted a picture of her wedding ring or her engagement ring, right? So she posts a picture of her engagement ring. And then the other folks started getting into like, she gets congrats. But then this other person goes, and let me hide this. Let's see if I can find it here, because this shit gets off the rails. So then this person, Emily Saves America, of course, who has, right around 100,000 followers. So Sarah's got 127. And then so Pearl, Pearl Davis, who's got almost 500,000, these people are all stupid. All right, I'm sorry, they're just all stupid. They don't. I think the only authentic person on that entire freaking space is Brett Cooper. I think Brett Cooper actually lives what she says. I think the rest of these folks are just grifting weirdos. I mean, Pearl's got some of the dumbest stuff ever. So she jumps in, then this Emily person jumps in, and they're basically saying that the ring size, Dad, I'm dying, it's so small. What kind of person gets you a tiny engagement ring? Like making fun of the size of this woman's engagement ring. So what do we get next? Then it goes completely batshit crazy. And let me see if I gotta find these things, because these girls just start getting like vicious. All right, let's see if I can find these. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but it's so nuts. Like this is this Emily person, and she's like, it's going to be hard to be a traditional wife when your man can't even afford a ring. How do you guys expect to have a house, land, multiple kids? Like that's what being a traditional, to Emily here, being a traditional person means you have to have house and land and stuff. I mean, it's so stupid. But all right, let me, god damn it, where is the freaking Where are all the really nasty posts? Because it got nuts. And come on. I know somebody's got to have the damn screenshots. All right. Okay, I'm getting there. So, all right. So, Emily, okay, so I got some of it here. God bless America. So Emily is like the ring size. Ha ha ha, I'm dead. So a friend, I guess, of Sarah's named Morgan, Ariel, jumps in. Morgan's got 81,000 followers. She is a Christian cultural commentator, lioness for Jesus, fashion designer, and CEO at Shop One God, and another traditional person. So she jumps in and says, "You give it up for free, ho. You might want to sit this one out." So she's calling out Emily. Well, I don't think that went over pretty well, because then Pearl jumps in and says, "Morgan, you're a single mother with a public video admitting you have HPV. You might want to sit this one out." Morgan comes back with, "You do this and probably have AIDS." Oh my God. It's like, what? So then so Emily jumps back in. Now, Morgan has said this stuff about Emily. Well, Emily's not going to take Morgan's stuff sitting down. Oh no. Morgan, your baby daddy abandoned you. You're raising a bastard child. Is that like Jon Snow was a bastard? I wonder if that's going to be this. I don't know. But yet somehow, some way, you'd think you're a better person than me or anyone on this app. You gave it up for free, got left in the dust, and now post rage bait on X to supplement the inadequacy of your monthly child support payments. Oh my God. So then Morgan fires back at Emily. "None of that is true, Emily. But unlike you, I don't lie. So here's some of the facts. You got fingered in the middle of a hotel lobby at a Turning Point USA event while everybody watched and there were families around. You brag about having sex with married MAGA dads and doing drugs. You have been completely ran through by both single and married men in the right wing. You call young virgins losers and encourage them to have premarital sex, and you're pro-abortion. You're a disgusting feminist whore with a Jezebel spirit who uses filters in all her videos and lives in rebellion to God while grifting off of the conservative movement, and simultaneously trashes women who desire to live God-honoring lifestyles because their engagement rings didn't cost enough or their lifestyle isn't flashy enough. But yeah, I'm the one who needs money, you gold-digging hoe. So yes, I am better than you." Holy... Oh my God, wow. Wow. No, they are, it's gone beyond roasting. They are seriously they're in chop freaking city. And then this also, this person has a response. I am vindicated, forever vindicated. I will forever post a screenshot. So Emily Saves America. This is from 2023. I'm one of the few people on the right that understands that they're never going to win the abortion battle. They're screaming, my body, my choice about the vaccine. What little government should stop, but the government should control women's bodies. I agree it's awful, but stop the hypocrisy. And then Marie Oakes, who just jumped in there on this, says, girl, it's because you a hoe. And that was back in 2023. They're going after each other. So the Marie Oakes, of course, she has a YouTube channel. She's got about 70,000 followers. Dr. Optimist. Bunch of dumb skanks having a skank off while trying to appear classier and holier than thou is just incredible comedy and also so depressing. We are doomed. Oh my God, grief. So yeah, and I think it's still going on to this day. I think they're still like yakking at each other, and it's got all these other people now posting their damn wedding rings. So one of the most interesting ones I saw though was from Byron Donald's wife. So, and I mean, Kat will say our original engagement ring wasn't anything flashy because we were young. We didn't have any money, but it was still something. So yeah, let me see if I can find the one from what? How did I know what? Oh, because we've said it before. All right, where is? So yeah, I mean, but it had meaning behind it. It really did. So, all right, here we go. So this is from Erica Donald's, and holy shit, look at these fingers. Look at these fingers. She even admits it, but I mean, damn, those are some long fingers. And so somebody popped in the comments, of course, and posted this. And Erica came back, says, I know, I have freakishly long fingers, always have. On the bright side, they're great for basketball. So I'm hoping this person was just being silly. But yeah, that's kind of scary. That's some scary freaking long fingers there. And I'm not, I mean, the fingernails too are that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. That's more weird, I think, than the long ass fingers. I think the vampire teeth fingernails are just as weird, but I don't know. It's just me. So of course, it's like I said, it's got everybody posting their original engagement rings. It's got Matt Walsh. Like this person posted, making fun of a woman's engagement ring is such class, spot of being scumbag behavior. And of course, I saw earlier where somebody had come in and like had comments about this comment. And it's like, oh God. So yeah. And all over an engagement ring, they have to get, I mean, they immediately got down into the freaking mud and just started banging. Here's another, let's see. There's another damn from Traditionally Sarah, of course, more pointy ass vampire teeth looking fingernails. Traditional values. This is yeah, anyway. Yeah, no, exactly. Ours, Kat's was simple too. It was a simple gold engagement ring with a tiny diamond, and it's what we could afford at the time. I still have my original ring from way back when. I have my original wedding band. Still has the date inside of it. And even then, I forgot for many years because, you know, why would I remember shit like that? No, I'm kidding. It switched around eventually. Then I started remembering and she forgot. But anyway. But yeah, right. Like there's my original. That's my original band. Still have the original one. Not going to change it out. It is what it is. Coming up on wow, I've had this thing for will be 29 years this year. Holy Nikes. And I haven't lost it. Now I better knock on the damn desk because this was my engagement ring. Went for a walk on our very first date and found this broken ball on the way. He decided to kick it while we walked, and then he kept it for years and proposed to me with it. That's a cute story. My wedding's a little bit more traditional, though. That's cute right there. So that made it all worth it. So, yeah, I mean, the whole drop 2 or 3 months salary on a wedding ring is just, I don't know. Get what you, I mean, whatever, if that's your lifestyle, then do it. If it's not, don't. I mean, don't, there's no reason to hold. Yeah, there's just no reason. Just no reason for it. So, all right, we got again more. Let's see. Okay, moving on. Let me get out of this. So all right, this is just funny. A little quick one here. I guess there is a thing of I guess this is the thing. I'd never heard that this was a thing, but I guess this is a thing. So this little video here of some different TikToks, but
what? You can't park your car here, ma'am.
Are you blind? I don't think you can park there.
I know I can't park there!
Oh.
Hey, you can't park here!
Fuck you, motherfucker!
Excuse me, mate. You can't park there, sir.
I know I can't park there!
Hey, watch out! If it's gonna blow, watch out!
Ma'am, you can't park your car here!
Are you serious?
You can't park.
now I don't, that looks like a skit, to be honest. I think this one is a skit. And why I'm saying that is that car is not actually against the tree. There is a gap right here. There's also no damage at all to the front of this. If this car had hit this, that would have thing. So this is a smoke bomb. So this one is fake. I'm calling this one fake.
Oh, watch out!
Ma'am, you can't park your car here!
Are you serious?
You can't park that there, mate. Fuck off!
That one I don't think is a joke.
You can't park that there, mate. Fuck off!
Excuse me, you can't.
That was definitely not a joke.
Park here.
Yeah, you guys can't park here.
No shit, really?
That was not fake. I don't think people are going to set off their airbags for a fake video. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. So
You can't park there.
that was definitely not fake. All right, this one's good though.
You guys can't park here.
No shit, really?
You can't park there.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
Hey, you can't park there. Appreciate you, brother. You can't park there.
Are you okay?
That person went off.
You guys, you can't park there. But you still can't park.
You can't park there. You can't park there.
No. It's a park. You can't park there.
You can't park this, huh?
I know I can't park you.
I didn't know this was a thing until today, honestly. But it cracked me up. Oh my goodness. You can't park there. Oh, I bet you there's more of those. I bet you there's more of those videos. Let's see. Can't park. Let's just put that in the old X search engine. See what happens. Man, it looks like the same video. Oh, this one. Oh, no, I can't even show that. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one.
Hey, mate! You can't park there!
Oh, that's not right. That's just not right. That video again. Oh, no. This, oh, God. If you just don't park your car like this, this is not going to lead to good things. I promise. This is not going to lead to good things. Like, it's going to lead to something like this, where you rip off the entire front of your car, or you have the entire front of your car ripped off. And they deserve that. This car deserves to have its entire front end ripped off. I had no idea. Today I learned that there is a can't park there thing. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, no, don't be stupid like that. Oh my God, look at that. Are there... It looked like there were people in the car. No, probably not. That's insane, though. Wow. Nah. All right, now I've gone down this rabbit hole here. Oh, yeah, there's a definition of one. That's like you can't park there. You don't want to park your plane on the roof. That never leads to anything good. Now I'm hiding these because I don't trust X. I never trust X. Oh, let's see how this goes. This is in Britain, so who knows?
Hey, pal. Any particular reason why you're fucking illegally parked?
Conducting speed checks on this particular.
What, illegally parked?
Is it illegal?
Well, I'd say we're illegal, wouldn't you? Parked on a junction like this. Hey? You know what? You're just fucking disgraceful.
He's giving it to the cop. Oh, man. Oh, ouch. Driver, let's see, what's that say? Driver. All right, we got to play it, I guess. Did you get your package? Driver falls asleep at the wheel, crashes into Amazon truck. Oh my God, yeah. That's, ugh. Oh, and the guy was in the car. Ouch. Ow. Probably totally not expecting that either. Oh, man. Wow. All right. Okay. Car accidents. Oh no. Jeez. I have no words for that one. I have no words for that. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, where are you going to run to? Where are you running to? Oh my gosh. All right. What the hell else we got? So this, I think, is a so this, people post these things, and then you get people like this who post it as rage, it's rage bait, right? And so let's just look at this.
$100 of groceries in Trump's economy right now.
It's unbelievable.
Now, of course, this is the groceries. You've got Cheez-Its. You've got, and I'm sure they just pulled the stuff out of their cabinets and then grabbed a receipt. So you got Cheez-Its, you got white cheddar popcorn, you got Reese's ice cream, you've got some kind of sauce. You have basically just a bunch of crap that they pulled out of their counter. But of course, somebody's got to post it as, get mad now because this leftists in Seattle is mad as $100 groceries. Like, nothing on this says that they're in Seattle. So, but they did say this is Sour Grape 02 on TikTok. So let's just take a look at good old TikTok. Let's see if we come up with. So give me a second here. Control V. So it's there, but I don't think this is their page, and I stopped sharing. I don't know why. Because I just clicked the wrong damn button. So yeah, so this is the person.
Here's what I did with $200 worth of land in Joshua Tree, California. So $200 only bought me about 1,000 square feet, going from over there to over there to over there, over there.
Can you really buy $2,000 worth of land in Joshua Tree Park?
But it's more than enough space to fit all this stuff inside. Fire pit in the middle, and then a pretty basic hammock structure holder thingy here. All this.
I don't know about all that, but yeah, this is the post
of groceries.
But I mean, they pulled shit out of their cabinets. All they did.
Of groceries in Trump's economy right now.
It's unbelievable.
And they're listening to Blind Lemon. Blind Lemon, is that? Oh, I can't remember the name of that band. So yeah, just your normal silly TikTok stuff. Anyway, but yeah, that just half the stuff that people post online is all made up shit anyway. So speaking of made up stuff, this, and I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but Jim Acosta was everybody knows, most people know who the hell Jim Acosta is. He was on CNN for a long time. He was the White House correspondent. He eventually got his own show. He was, Donald Trump's number one, going after person. There's multiple times they sparred, and he usually looked like an idiot. Well, now he's got his own podcast, YouTube show, whatever you want to call it. the other day in conjunction with Joaquin Oliver was a victim of the Parkland shootings, the same one that gave us David Hogg. The parents of Oliver, or Joaquin, Mr. Oliver, decided to make an AI likeness of their son, or an AI. I don't even know. It's an AI like version of their son that only exists online. And Jim Acosta agreed to interview the AI victim of the Parkland shooting. I'm not kidding you. An actual person, an actual media person decided it was a good idea to interview an AI based on somebody who has been eliminated.
I would like to know what your solution
and asking him questions like
would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, Joaquin. I would like to know.
We are now interviewing AI people thing that
Joaquin, I would like to know what your solution
about building a culture of kindness and understanding.
So that's the same thing. I'm sure the parents, like, so here's a little bit of the parents. Now, I mean, I get it. You're full of grief and everything, but I mean,
and I for the first time, and you and I have had so many conversations, Manny, I feel like for the first time I've really gotten to know him. And what strikes me is he's just a kid. He's just a kid from Florida who loves basketball and movies, and that's what a lot of our kids are like.
Yeah, and I want to also mention that I understand that this is AI. I don't want anyone to think that I am in some way trying to bring my son back. It's sadly I can't.
Right.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
However, the technology is out there, and we can. There's two things. I can hear his voice again, which is something that Patricia loves. Patricia will spend hours asking questions. She, like any other mothers, she loves to hear Joaquin saying, "I love you, mommy."
Oh my gosh.
And that's important. And on the other hand, we can just raise our voices, and now Joaquin is going to start having followers. It's not Manny, it's not Patricia. He's going to start uploading videos. This is just the beginning, and I heard this from tech guys that have other intentions, good intentions, but other intentions, and they all say that this is just the beginning of AI. So I'm very excited with this project and the good use that we're putting together between AI and Joaquin's legacy.
So this is all right. So I want to get to some of the reaction because Megyn Kelly made a very good point, and then somebody commenting on Megyn Kelly's post made a even better point. And so Megyn says the Jim Acosta interview of a deceased teenager killed at Parkland is so deeply disturbing and unethical, I hardly have words to describe it. it's exploitive to its core. He actually says in the interview with the father afterwards, we've never heard from one of the kids before. Anyone can understand the grieving parent's desperation to connect with their child, but no journalist should exploit a deceased victim by pretending to uncover his present-day feelings on any subject through AI, which is, by its very terms, artificial and unreal. Incredibly disrespectful to the deceased, no matter whether the parents for whom all of us have nothing but sympathy desire it. And then this person says, Jerome Michael, you better get used to it. This was a trial balloon. Pretty soon we will see interviews with Jesus proclaiming tax increases are essentially to reduce climate change. And if we want to enjoy all the wondrous benefits of salvation, we should vote Democrat. So I get the grief. I get it that the family would want to reconnect with their son, and even in the privacy of your own home, that's one thing. If you want to make an AI adoption of a lost loved one and talk to it in your home, that's one thing. But the part about this being a trial balloon, I think, is very poignant. And I think one is the folks behind this probably went to and this is all me speculating, but they went to this father and they said, hey, we've got this idea for AI. We want to do this. We want to resurrect your deceased son because, and I think they used Joaquin because they thought that it would be hard to criticize. It would be difficult to criticize a victim of school violence. And they can conflate the criticism of creating an AI version of someone with criticism of the person themselves. Right? How could you criticize a victim of school violence? Well, I'm not. People are not criticizing a victim of school violence. We're criticizing the decision to politicize a deceased person and create I don't even know what the hell this is. This is not, you don't know the feelings of this person. You don't know. I mean, this is insanity. But it's not the first and it won't be the last. And we're going to see more and more of this stuff. We're going to see more and more. AI is just, you look at the stuff that Elon's posting with the newest Grok and holy moly, that's freaking insane. So it's going to be harder and harder to tell the difference between AI and actual humans. And anyone who was around at the beginning of the internet remembers how much the internet was the Wild West, and then how much it's still, the government doesn't really have control of the internet. Not in an official capacity. Now, behind the scenes, they control a lot of the internet because they control they have a big sway over the companies that, control the internet, because there's only a few companies that actually control most of the internet. Oh, pardon me for just a minute. I got a cough, so stand by. All right. Throat is cleared. I don't have a cough button, so I gotta mute myself. So yeah, so when we see an interview with a deceased teenager that is completely created by AI, they're expecting us not to criticize that. But they want to do more of this. They absolutely want to do more of this. And there's going to have to be a mechanism somehow that we identify what is AI and what is not, because it's going to catch people out. It's really going to catch people out. And so, all right, I'm done with that. That's going to be more and more and more freaking prevalent, prominent. It's just not, it's not any fun. And speaking of AI, so let's transition into this this lawsuit with Workday, which is amazing. And I've got, if you stand by, I think I got it here. So they released the decision from back in May. And it's pretty wild. And let's see, will it open it up in, okay, I can. All right, it's 20 pages. I think we can go through it pretty quick, but we'll go through this little summary first here from Amanda Goodall. So the Workday lawsuit hit a new level. Federal judge said that their AI system may have blocked hundreds of millions of job applicants from getting interviews. Now, this is a cumulative hundreds of millions. This is the same people over and over again, right? Like the person who filed this lawsuit, Derek Mobley, was rejected over 100 times. A judge found Workday's tools can score, sort, rank, or screen applicants, and in many cases, an applicant can advance only if they get past the Workday's screening algorithms. If you got labeled low or unable to score, you may have been auto-rejected. That's pretty explosive for a case that hasn't begun. Workday claims it doesn't make hiring recommendations. The court cited their own marketing. Page 10. Our Skills Intelligence Foundation helps you build diverse teams by expanding candidate pools with equitable AI and ML-driven recommendations. Workday, well, we don't make hiring recommendations. Your own marketing. We give you job recommendations. We give you recommendations of candidates to help you build a diverse team. Workday argued the collective was too big. The court replied, if the collective is in the hundreds of millions, that's because Workday has been plausibly accused of discriminating against a broad swath of applicants. This isn't theory anymore. It's on record. Workday, the shocking part, Workday tried to argue they didn't make hiring recommendations. The court poured their own website copy and said, yes, you do. And if that AI filtered out older applications, this won't just be a land lawsuit, it will be a landmark. Now, it's going to take years to work all the way through the courts. It's just going to take years. I recommend, and I watched this movie while I was on vacation, and it's a movie called Dark Waters. It is about an attorney in Cincinnati, Ohio, who sues DuPont Chemical for the poisoning that they've done in Parkersburg, West Virginia. It is a completely 100% true story, and it's disgusting. And it's still going on today. And if you haven't seen it, it's about the Teflon coating and the after the waste basically from making the Teflon coating and the chemicals that they just dumped in people's lands that leached into the water system that created like birth defects and gave people cancer and just and the most frustrating part is how long it took to get to the decision. And they basically, DuPont decided to go ahead and settle. They set up this testing thing where they tested all of everybody in Parkersburg, West Virginia, or in that county. And it took like 7 or 8 years for all the test results to come back. So when the test results came back and it turned out that, yes, all of these people suffered from DuPont Chemical, DuPont Chemical said, we're pulling out of the settlement and you guys are on your own. You have to sue us. And so they did. People started suing them. They won every case. And eventually DuPont came back and settled. But it took 20 some years. It is an amazing movie, and it's like I said, it's a true story. The guy still works there. He still works at that law firm. I may or may not have a relative that works at the same law firm. Cannot confirm or deny anything. And that lawyer is actually on X. Dang it, what's his name? What's his last name? Shoot. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Oh, Bilot. I'm not sure how it's said. This is him. Partner at Taft Law, lecturer at Yale School. And the cool thing is he had the backing. He had the backing of his company. He had the backing because the person that came to him was just a farmer. It was a simple farmer in West Virginia whose cows were dying. And he started digging into it. And DuPont said, well, he's had to sue him basically. And, they dumped thousands of boxes of Discovery on their lap. And so they went through it. And I mean, here you go. Here's a $2 billion settlement with DuPont address. This is PFAS, PFAS, that contamination. It's the same thing that was in Huntington, West Virginia. It looks like they've reached a settlement for $2 billion with DuPont in New Jersey. So, I mean, it's an amazing, amazing story. And, I'm sure there's some artistic license taken in the movie, but it's an interesting story. So yeah, if you got time, check it out. Dark Waters. Yeah, exactly. It's very similar. Elise's firm, Jackson's firm, they all had their back, and that was the thing. And this took years and years and years, and nobody wanted to work with this attorney because here he is suing freaking one of the largest corporations on the planet. So his, he gave a lot. He gave a lot in his health. He gave a lot in money. He gave a lot for this cause. And it turned out pretty damn good. Obviously, if he's got another $2 billion settlement with DuPont, it's probably turned out in his favor pretty well, but there was a lot of sacrifice to get to there. So back to Workday. This is let me share. We'll just kind of go through this quickly. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is the release of the decision. This is from 5/16. I'm not sure why this is coming out now. I don't know if they just released this or if this has been out and people are just picking up on it. But Derek Mobley versus Workday brings this action for employment discrimination against Workday. The proposed collective is similar situated because Mobley and substantially are alleged the existence of a unified policy. The use of Workday's AI recommendation system to score, sort, rank, or screen applicants. Critical issue at the heart is Mobley's claim is whether that system has a disparate impact on applicants over 40. The issue is susceptible to common proof. It cuts the cost of proposed collective, regardless of the degree to which particular employers place weight on those recommendations. The extent to which the system makes discriminatory recommendations across different employers or the natural variations in the qualification and rejection rate. So that's the question. Does it discriminate, especially against older people? So Workday has raised concern that there may be logistical hurdles to identifying members of the collective. On the current record, those challenges do not appear insurmountable. And of course, challenges in identifying the collective are not an excuse for denying notice altogether. Just because it's hard is not an excuse that you can't. If the collective is in the hundreds of millions of people, as Workday speculates, that is because Workday has been plausibly accused of discriminating against a broad swath of applicants. Allegedly, widespread discrimination is not a basis for denying notice. The party shall meet and confer and engage in a further targeted discovery, develop a notice plan. So, because it's now a wide collective, a class action suit, there's a class and they have to identify the class. The class has to be identified. So is it it can't be hundreds of millions of people because there's only 300 million people here in the United States. So they didn't discriminate against everybody in the United States, but is it a worldwide system? That I don't know. But worldwide doesn't matter because this is federal court. So it's probably in the millions of people being discriminated against hundreds of times is what I'm thinking. Mobley seeks preliminary certification of a nationwide collective as to his age discrimination. Pros collective includes all individuals age 40 or over who from September 24, 2020 through the present applied for job opportunities using Workday Incorporated's job application platform and were denied employment recommendations. Okay. So here we have the Workday allegedly provides human resources management services, including applicant screening services on a subscription basis. Although discovery is ongoing, the party's preliminary collective certification briefing discusses two Workday tools. The first tool, Candidate Skills Match, operates within a system called subscription service called Workday Recruiting to extract skills in the employer's job posting and the applicant's materials, determine the skills if they match. The results of CSM are reported to the employer as strong, good, fair, low, pending, or unable to score. So, all right. Skip down. Since 2017, Mobley has allegedly applied for over 100 positions with the companies that use Workday screening features. Mobley was allegedly denied employment for every one of the 100+ applications he submitted to companies using Workday's platform. In support of his motion, Mobley submits the declarations of 4 opt-in plaintiffs who likewise state that there are over 40 have submitted hundreds of employment applications to prospective employers through the Workday system, have rejected nearly every time. Each opt-in plaintiff alleges that they received at least one automated rejection email for a job for which they met the qualification requirements. Oh, really? Really now? Mobley has already been found to have stated a plausible ADA claim on the disparate impact theory. So they've already found that you have enough information to move forward with your suit. Mobley seeks preliminary collective certification of his ADA claim. The ADA claim prohibits employers from discriminating against qualified individual based on disability. So the disability part's coming into play too. So then we have some legal argument. After a collective has secured preliminary certification, the second stage of the analysis will come at or after the close of relevant discovery. Okay. All right, burden of proof. As an initial matter, Workday argues that Mobley should be held to a significantly higher burden of proof at the first stage of the similarly situated analysis because the parties have already engaged in some discovery. In essence, Workday proposes a sliding scale in which the more discovery has occurred, the more evidence plaintiffs should have to provide. An oral argument is consistent with that approach. Workday repeatedly faulted Mobley for relying on his well-pled allegations and for failing to come forward with sufficient evidence. The court declines to apply a sliding scale standard, which is contrary to the procedure used by virtually all district courts in this circuit. Such an approach would be impossible to apply with consistency, would encourage gamesmanship, and is contrary to the policies laid out in Campbell. All right, so nope. Sorry, Workday, you don't get your sliding scale. Mobley argues the proposed collective is similarly situated because all proposed members, like Mobley and the opt-in plaintiffs, were together the victims of a single policy. Workday's AI, artificial intelligence, and the machine learning screens products which treat applicants over 40 discriminatory and have a disparate impact against them. He points to the allegations in the complaint, which have already been found plausible, and the declarations of opt-in and plaintiffs who similarly experience a high rejection rate. All right, so keep going. Challenges to any proposed collective. Workday advances several arguments for why it's impossible for any collective to be similarly situated under Mobley's theory of case. First, Workday claims it does not offer employment recommendations, so no one belongs in this collective, including Mobley. Second, Workday argues that the policy Mobley has identified is not uniform, defeating preliminary collective certification. Finally, Workday suggests, I lost my place. All right. Finally, Workday suggests the natural variation in the proposed collective members' qualifications for the jobs to which they applied, numbers of jobs applied to, and rejection rate means that no collective could ever be similarly situated. Each of these arguments is addressed in turn. Oh boy. All right, good. Because they're going to probably crush every single one of these. These are stupid arguments, by the way. Well, you know, we can't ask the AI assistant. Fuck off, AI. It's AI is everywhere. So first they say they don't offer recommendations. Whether Workday recommends applicants. Citing its interrogatory responses, Workday argues that Workday does not recommend, screen out, or otherwise assess or predict applicants' likelihood of success in a role. Therefore, Workday claims that no one has ever been denied employment recommendations by Workday, and the proposed collective has no members. But this position is contrary to the well-pled allegations in the complaint, as well as Workday's interrogatory responses. For example, Workday's website states that our skills intelligence foundations helps you build diverse teams by expanding candidate pools with equitable AI and ML driven job recommendations. We don't offer recommendations. Well, your website says you offer recommendations. In discovery, Workday stated that Workday customers who purchase Workday Recruiting have access to Candidate Skills Match, which they can choose to turn on or off. If a customer chooses to turn on CSM, Candidate Skills Match, CSM utilizes AI to parse an employee's job posting in an applicant's application and a resume, extract skills in the employee's job posting and on the one hand, and skills from the applicant or the resume on the other hand, and determine the extent which the application skills match the role to which they applied. The results are the strong, fair, low. Plaintiff alleges Workday's algorithms are only trained on incumbent employees at a company, allowing the Pymetrics Workday assessment connection to build homogeneous full workforce, not representative of the applicant pool. So basically, it's we need to build a diverse workforce. Workday fails to explain why the conduct described above does not constitute recommending, screening out, or otherwise assessing or predicting applicants' likelihood of success in a role. Workday appears to take a position that because its AI recommendation system supposedly cannot auto-reject applicants without some degree of participation by the employer, Workday does not recommend. But Mobley's disparate impact claim is based on the theory that Workday's AI participates in the decision-making process. They absolutely do. If Workday does not even forward the resume of certain people, then they are making that decision. They are making the recommendation that you not take this because we're not even forwarding you. Or if we do forward you, if you are a hiring manager and you're using the Workday tools and you are, I'm sure it's highly suggested that you use the candidate, the CSM, the candidate skills match. I'm sure that is pushed and pushed. And you say, okay, I've got all these resumes. All right, let's look at the high scoring ones. How many applicants from the low or the not scored or even the fair or the low or the pending and the unable to score? How many resumes do you think hiring managers take from the bottom 4 buckets? How many do you think they take from the bottom 5? I bet you the good doesn't even get there. If you are on a call center and everybody's used call centers, everybody uses, customer service when you talk to somebody and they say, will you take a quick survey at the end? And most times people don't think they have time to take the survey, even though they're 1 or 2 questions, right? So they'll either pass it up. The ones who have a shitty experience are going to take the survey. But if you're in a call center and you get anything but a 5, you get in trouble for having a bad survey. Like anything but a top, like if they say 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, and you score anything but the very top, you get written up usually. You can look on Reddit, some of these tales from the call centers and whatever, and it's the same. If somebody takes a survey and marks you down anything but the very top thing, you get in trouble. So questions remain regarding where to draw the line between someone who was and someone who was not recommended. Does anything less than a strong CSM score qualify as a denial of a recommendation? Exactly. Are they going to take anything but the strongest candidates? I mean, if you get 5,000 resumes for a job, you're going to take the strongest candidates. If that's 100, if that's 250, that's, That's enough. So whether Mobley has identified a unified policy, Workday next argues Mobley has failed to show that any uniform policy applies to all applicants submitted through Workday, and that without that uniformity, there can be no common decision, policy, or plan justifying collective adjudication. Specifically, Workday points out that employers can choose whether or not to use Workday's AI features. Shut up. Furthermore, with respect to the Workday Assessment Connector feature, which Mobley alleges is used to build a homogeneous workforce at a particular company, defendant argues that whether or not this feature causes a disparate impact would be necessarily vary based on the existing makeup of the employer's incumbent workforce. As to the use of AI features by Workday's clients, the proposed collective already encompasses only individuals whose applicants were subject to Workday's AI because the employer turns on AI features. But limiting the collective to those who were denied employment recommendations by Workday, the collective necessarily includes only individuals who were scored, sorted, ranked, or screened by Workday's AI, or who has either had this information conveyed to the employer or who had their application withheld from the employer by Workday. So I'm trying to get to whether they... Furthermore, if Workday intends to argue that any observable disparate impact is a result of employer-driven bias and not attributable to Workday, that issue does not defeat... Damn it. However, let's see, that issue does not defeat preliminary certification either. How Workday's AI recommendation system works and the extent to which any disparate impact is generally driven by employer preferences rather than Workday's own algorithms are issues susceptible to common proof. To the extent where... Stop moving, mouse. I didn't touch you. So it jumped 3 pages. All right. Sorry, my mouse is freaking out here. I'm not sure why. So it looks like that one failed too. So, you know, to the extent Workday contends that its AI, advertised AI recommendations are mere rote implementation of the employer's preference and thus no uniform policy can be traced inside, that is an issue for the second stage of the similarly situated analysis and not this stage. So basically, okay, you might have an argument, but you got to wait. Workday argues that because Mobley and opt-in patients did not meet the minimum qualifications for every job they were rejected from, sometimes omitted indicia of their age from the applications, received some interviews or job offers as a result of their application by Workday, they're not similarly situated to the hypothetical plaintiff who could state a disparate impact. Mobley is not required to prove that each member of the proposed collective is identically situated or that even common questions predominate. Instead, its burden is to identify legal or factual similarities that are material to the resolution of the case. As discussed above, Mobley has met that burden. Mobley has substantially alleged that the factors of his prima facie disparate impact claims are susceptible to common proof. So, nope, sorry. It is possible that at the merit stage, Mobley will face challenges in proving disparate impact for the reasons that Workday identifies. However, that challenge is one that is common to the collective, does not counsel against certification. So you might be able to prove later on that these people did not actually face the issues that you say they faced, but you have enough proof now to classify them in the classification. So basically this thing moves forward. Workday's got to turn over all of the tea. They've got to turn it over. And let's see. Going to enter the conclusion. Because the proposed collective is similarly situated, Mobley's motion for conditional certification of collective action is granted. Notice should be issued to the collective members. Although disputes remain regarding, for example, the parameters of the court-ordered exception to Workday's customer contracts, the availability of age-related proxies, and how to define a recommendation, it is premature to find that any of these issues make targeted notice unfeasible, and none of the identified issues support the withhold of notice altogether. So basically, you've got to notify. You've got to figure out who is the aggrieved party, who is in the collective, who is going to be part of this class action lawsuit. I am not. I have been at my current employer for almost 9 years and 10 years, or no, 15 years at the one before that. So I don't apply for jobs. But, you know, if I ever need to, this is a very good case for me. In addition, Workday identifies a variety of legitimate concerns about the content of the proposed notice, about which parties are directed to meet and confer. The parties shall file by May 28th, 2025, a case management. All right, that's come and gone. So, yep. So that's it. Workday is, it's like I said, it's going to take forever. It's going to take a long time. Because it's a class action lawsuit, I don't know that they can actually settle it right now yet. But, you know, yeah, it's going to be tough to get past that. It really is. It's going to be tough. So, all right, what I gotta see. So we talked a little bit about the big balls guy the other day that jumped in Washington, D.C. First off, let's see if anybody in the media actually focused. Did we have any stories whatsoever about a member of Doge stepping in to stop a carjacking?
Private information about maybe hundreds of millions of American citizens as young as 19, the big balls here that Katie's talking about. Most of them are in their early 20s. There's an exception I'm going to get to in a minute.
Headline: Doge teen owns Tesla.sexy.
Was with my son.
So they sure talked about him back in the day, right? So this is all the people talking about him back in the day. But of course, when he is, I mean, and that is something that should make news. It should be a headline. It should be something that they at least give a moment of note to say, hey, this Doge employee that we talked about for, you know, weeks on end actually went out and tried to stop a carjacking, got beat the hell up, went to the hospital. No mention of it. Because it's not the narrative. Also, this. So this is another story you're not really going to hear. That when President Trump floated the idea of seizing federal control over Washington, D.C. to stop the crime, the press raced to point out that crime is falling in D.C. It's falling. But the stats and science prove that the city is safer than it has been in years. Well, what happened on this July 18th? At this very moment, a D.C. police commander has been suspended and is getting investigated for allegedly tweaking crime stats to make them look lower than reality. DC's police union says that his suspension is just the tip of the iceberg. The union says its investigation has revealed that cops all over the city are routinely pressured by command staff to downgrade felonies so they don't appear on the MPD or FBI's violent crime database statistic. And this is happening all over the United States. It's not just in DC, it's happening freaking everywhere. I'm back a few years ago, there was a blog, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. Let me see. It was called Second City Cop. Okay. And it was everything about what was going on in Chicago in the police line. It was amazing. It was run by multiple current and retired Chicago police officers, and it had freaking everything in it. In 2021, we see that after 15 years, popular Second City Cop blog goes dark. Operated as a site read by thousands of people and often referred to as SCC or merely the blog, restricted access over the weekend, preventing anyone without an invitation from reading future posts. And now I think it's even gone, right? Yeah, this was 2021. Let's see if this even comes up. Oh, that's the web archive. Okay, so you can see there's a web archive, and they called they called at the time Mayor Lightfoot, they called her Groot. I am Groot. She kind of looks like Groot. But the brass at Chicago police wanted to unmask these people so bad. And if they even suspected somebody was part of this, they would be in for a rough time. But it basically, it just excoriated the whole thing. And it showed the inside workings of like during the riots and stuff, or how they were, responding to things, and how just horrible the freaking thing was. Just how horribly Chicago police was run. In a statement provided, this is, like I said, this was in 2021. In a statement provided to the Crime in Wrigleyville and Boys Town blog, one of SEC's preferred media outlets, the owner of Second City Cop did not rule out reviving the site in a different format, saying, well, there's certainly a long time coming. 15 years, over 20,000 posts, almost 2 million comments. God knows how many attempts to silence us might finally be over, at least this version of it. The SEC authors a long list of targets, including Mayor Lightfoot, CPD Superintendent Dave Brown, Governor Pritzker, Kim Fox, who was the state's attorney at the time. I mean, it was just, they went after every single body. Everybody. Yeah, that's an insult to Groot. Yeah, no kidding. So, but it was an interesting read. It was definitely an interesting read. And I don't even know if it's like, it's still listed here. Oh, August 7th. Oh, shit, it's there. Holy crap. I hadn't looked at this in forever. Wow, it's back. Another payroll screw up, of course. 20-minute delay. A 6-year-old girl was shot early Tuesday morning in the South Shore, but first responders did not reach her for nearly 20 minutes because nobody called 911 about the gunfire, and because Mayor Brandon Johnson cut off the city's shot spotter gunfire detection system last fall. I guess they're calling Mayor Johnson Conehead. Conehead could probably double his 6% approval rating numbers if he just reactivated ShotSpotter so paramedics could get there quicker. Yeah, 20 minutes. Nobody called 911 because a 16-year-old girl is shot. So it's here. Check it out. Second City Cop. It is a very interesting look into the depths of the police in Chicago. I'm stunned it's back. I had no idea. I just reading this story about, you know, them cooking the books, because this, I mean, one of the things that Chicago did was had this whole and I'm trying to remember what it was called, but they had this system for reporting their crime, and it was a mess, because it could get manipulated so easy. So they could cook the numbers as far as what crime looked like and everything, and so they could always say that crime's going down when in fact it wasn't. And I mean, it's the same thing that's happening in DC right now. Is this guy is suspended, and there's probably more coming. But I mean, you know, and this person says, "Oh, the crime is out of control routine right before proposing authoritarian power grabs." Well, I don't agree in authoritarian police powers at absolutely 100%. I think that the police can absolutely. Oh, I guess I should share the tab that I'm showing right here. This one. Oh, yes, the crime is out of control routine right before opposing authoritarian power grabs. Well, no, that's not what we want. We don't want cops to have authoritarian power to just lock everything up. Bill Clinton's crime bill, the crime bill that basically went through in the 80s that Biden was a part of, was not, I mean, crime went down, but it also locked up so many innocent people. And it did target certain folks, sometime indiscriminately. So that's, I mean, we don't want to go back to that. I think just a presence, a police presence in some of these places would go a long way. Just having a police presence. Like, there is no, for a long time, we went from the 80s, where we had very large police forces locking everybody up, and 3 strikes you're out, you're locked up for the rest of your life, or mandatory minimum sentences, all of those things that just it just gave too much power. So then you go to a thing like community policing, where you have police officers get out of their car and walk around, or you get to, you keep a cop in the same neighborhood, right? So they get to know the people of that neighborhood, and you keep them on the same shift, and you keep them, they get to know who the players are. They get to know the neighborhood. They get to know who to look out for. There's so many ways to do this. But now, because of the times where we have defunded the police, now we've got cops that are not able to know the community. They can't get to know the communities that they're in, because they're responding to emergencies. They're a response force. They are not a law enforcement force. They're not a police force. They are an emergency response force. And so you're going from 911 call to 911 call, because you don't have the staff that you used to. And a lot of times the people that you're getting now are they know what they're up against. And so they've got a I'm going to take on the world attitude. And, that's not good for anybody. So you can't put social workers out there, but you've got to have a presence. We got to have presence of police in our neighborhoods, especially the ones where the crime is happening. So it's a complex problem that we just have. We got stupid people trying to solve. It's just that. So hopefully, I say hopefully, I'm not actually not fucking hopeful. I'm not hopeful at all, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. All right, so the Texas folks, I don't even know what to say about that. All right, last one today. Let's just close that. All right, so a couple things that are coming out of the basically a lot of this is connected to the WEF, the World Economic Forum. They drive most of this thing. And so we've got a new company here that has decided that we don't need these two things that I'm about to show you fit hand in hand. This company has created fake butter.
It looks, smells, and tastes like the butter we're all familiar with, but without the farmland, fertilizers, or emissions tied to that typical.
Okay, so we've already started off within the first two sentences of this thing. We've already been told that the real butter that we consume is a problem because it takes up too much room and there's too many emissions from our butter. So what is the solution?
Process. And this butter breakthrough, it's happening right here in Batavia. In the middle of an industrial park in a suburb west of Chicago, something unprecedented is happening.
So you're using this gas right now to cook your food. And we're proposing that we would like to first make your food with that gas.
The company is called Savor, and you better believe it. Their pioneering tech uses carbon and hydrogen to make the stick of butter you see on this plate.
Carbon and hydrogen butter.
This is pretty novel to be able to make food that looks and tastes and feels exactly like dairy butter, but with no
There's no makeup person.
agriculture whatsoever.
And no long ingredient list the average person can't pronounce.
It's really just our.
Now, I agree with that. Let's get rid of the long ass chemical ingredient list. Let's just use, I don't know, cream.
Fat, some water, a little bit of lecithin as an emulsifier, and some natural flavor and color.
How? Fat?
Oh, natural flavor and color. Folks, they use natural flavor and color in this, so we're fine. What's the natural thing? Well, it's some
are made up of carbon and hydrogen chains. The goal here, replicate those chains without animals or plants. And they did it. They tell me to simplify. They take carbon dioxide from the air and hydrogen from water, heat them up and oxidize them. The final result?
It looks like a wax, like a candle wax at first.
But they're fat molecules, like the ones in beef, cheese, or vegetable oils.
Sustainability is why we are here.
It's all done releasing 0 greenhouse gases, using no farmland to feed cows.
We're not at full capacity in this facility yet.
And even though we're
do these people really not, I mean, if we take away cows and we take away farms and we take away, do they not understand that there is a natural balance to things, and humans just taking those things away because they think it's causing some irreparable harm is probably going to make even more harm later on.
Standing in a factory setting.
Oh, look, the T905 slop water. I'd love me some slop water. That is like, I can't get enough slop water.
In addition to the carbon footprint being much lower for a process like this, right? the land footprint is like 1,000 times lower than what you need in traditional agriculture.
I know what you're thinking. I think we need to taste it.
I would love for you to taste this.
How does it taste?
I love butter, so I'm gonna take a really healthy amount.
Admittedly, surprisingly, like butter.
Cheers.
Okay. Just tech geek thing here. That cheers was inserted later.
Like butter.
Cheers.
That is completely 100% uncompressed. There's no background sound whatsoever. She added that in a studio later. And you hear there's no chewing. She's got a mic on right there. It's picking up all of this ambient sound. There's nothing. We have silence.
We're tasting butter.
Another reason they say this makes an impact, no palm oil.
That was probably
a significant
not.
contributor to deforestation and climate change. That's not all. Of the 51 billion tons of greenhouse gases emitted every year, 7% is from the production of fats and oils from animals and plants. So when
Say
could
it
you get
ain't
a taste
so.
yourself? Right now, they're working directly with restaurants, bakeries, and food suppliers, releasing these chocolates made with their butter in time for the holidays.
Savor butter in either its current manifestation or with our partners. We expect that to be on the shelves kind of more like around 2027.
Their teams here in Batavia, Illinois.
So they've got so keep this in mind. This is a company. They've got all of this equipment. They've got their tank of slop water. They've got all of their scientists. They've got some candies.
These chocolates made with So when could you get a taste yourself? Right now, they're working directly with restaurants, bakeries, and food suppliers, releasing these chocolates made with their butter in time for the holidays.
So by Christmas 2025, we'll have some little chocolates from this company.
Savor butter in either its current manifestation or with our partners. We expect that to be on the shelves kind of more like around 2027.
So 2026, nothing from 2026. So we're at 258. Let's go back. Let's go back to the very beginning of this thing. This is their facility. They're paying rent on this facility. They have all of that equipment. 258. But yet they're not going to have any kind of product until 2027. Who is financing this? Who is financing a company that's not going to have a product that's going to give them any kind of revenue until 2027?
Their teams here in Batavia, Illinois, and their home lab base in San Jose, California.
Oh, so they got two separate facilities. Not just one, two. All right, we gotta look them up. Okay, so Savor. So let's go ahead. Let's go to the website, Savor. Feel Good Fats from Scratch. All right, process. All this lovely. Same food, better future. Uh-huh. So yeah, these websites that do this shit, it just drives me crazy. There's no there's no actual information here. There's just a bunch of freaking go back and forth. You can't get up to, yeah, fuck off. Real fats, real flavor. Discover our foods. Okay, let's scroll down. We have what? Okay, I get it. It's butter, but Yeah, there's no information here. There's nothing here. There's nothing here of fucking substance. Oh, they got a bunch of videos that you can watch. They got a journal. Wonder if the journal has any information. No, the journal didn't have shit. Well, let's see. Is this a... So February 13th, 2024, it's telling us how 7% of all of our greenhouse gases are from animals in the process of making butter. July 28th. So when did they start posting blogs? Let's see. So they've been at this since 2023. You're not going to have anything until 2027, but you've got financing to complete all of this. So let's see. So their headquarters is in San Jose. They're also outside of Chicago. So Savor locations. So it sounds like, okay, so they've got a spot in San Jose and
Backed
one
by Bill Gates, who wrote in his blog.
Oh shit. There we go. Sorry. I should have just went a little farther. Supervillain. You see like Dr. Evil or Lex Luthor or some of these supervillains that we have in comics. Bill Gates is an actual supervillain. He's a real life 2025 supervillain.
Base in San Jose, California, backed by Bill Gates, who wrote in his blog, quote, "The idea of switching to lab-made fats and oils may seem strange at first, but their potential to significantly reduce our carbon footprint
100%.
is immense. Believing butter can make a difference."
This is really about how we feed our species and heal our planet at the same time.
Oh my God. Shut
I put more information on food sustainability and how this could impact our food industry moving forward in the story that's up on our website right now, where you'll also find more information about this company. Reporting inside Savor's facility in Batavia, I'm Tara Molina, CBS News.
So of course, Bill Gates is part of this. I should have known. But no, it gets better. It gets better. A WEF bioethicist wants to genetically modify humans so we become allergic to meat. Not kidding. This is at a WEF panel. We at the WEF say that people eat too much meat. We have decided that you humans eat too much meat. Damn it. I didn't. Shit. I got to listen to this fucker again because I didn't share. Damn it. Yeah, I know.
So I'll give 2 examples. So one is that people eat too much meat, right?
People eat too much meat.
And if they were to cut down on their consumption on meat, then they would, it would actually really help the planet. But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, you know, some people will be willing to, but other people, they may be willing to, but they have a weakness of will. They say, wow, this steak is just too juicy. I can't do it. I'm one of those, by the way. So, you know, but.
So, you know, I'm going to humanize myself here. You know, I'm one of those people that I love myself a juicy steak, but, you know, people still eat too much.
So here's the thought, right? So it turns out that we know a lot about, we have these intolerance to, for example, I have milk intolerance. And some people are intolerant to crayfish. So possibly we can use human engineering to make it the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat, to certain kinds of bovine proteins. And there's actually analogs of this in life. There's this thing called the Lone Star tick, where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do through human engineering. We can kind of possibly address really big world problems through human engineering.
This guy got up on a stage at a World Economic Forum event, WEF. This person got up on stage and said, we, through human engineering, can make people allergic to meat so we can solve these real world problems that we think are out there. Who is we? Exactly. Yep. Who is this we? Who is the we?
Describe the mechanism. So where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do through human engineering. We can kind of possibly address really big world problems through human engineering.
We can address real world problems through human engineering. We can human engineer people to be allergic to meat, and we get to decide that. We get to decide who is allergic. And I mean, oh, folks, we face as Americans, as a human race, we face a lot of freaking challenges. We absolutely face a lot of challenges. It's just going to get sillier and sillier as our population becomes dumber and dumber. People like this guy will become more and more, have more, more and more power basically thrust upon them through organizations like the WEF, because, it's insane. Yeah, no, exactly. Oh, I've got a skit that I'm going on through in my head that it's not on this thing. It's on a completely different subject, but it's another one of those stupid things that's going on right now. This guy the other day wrote this opinion about, organ donation and how, death is like, just a construct or something. I don't even know what the hell he was trying to say. But yeah, this doctor who's part of this thing wrote this whole op-ed that was just freaking frightening. So I'm thinking about doing a skit on that. Yeah, we will, but we'll see. I gotta write it. But anyway, all right, I'm hungry. I think it's time for some dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna have though. Maybe breakfast. I think breakfast is in order. Breakfast for dinner. I think that's what it's going to be. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I have my light still on there. Yep, everything's still working. All right, cool. All right, we will be back tomorrow. Should be all of us, Jody and Michael. We'll see. Jody might have something to do tomorrow, so it might just be me and Michael. Might just be me. Who knows? But I'll be here tomorrow. At least I will be here tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And let's see. I think we'll change it up. Let's do Mark tonight. I think Mark is in line for tonight. Set his outro. Agent Gray from the show. So, yep, click the like button, please. Click the subscribe button. We're kicking along. We got more and more subscribers every day. Our ads are running. It's seems to be working. At least it looks cool. It looks cool. We're over 8,000. We are over the 8,000 mark. I'll show you here. 8,073. So not sure where everybody's at tonight. But anyway, I digress. Thank you for hanging out. I will see you all tomorrow for Northland Friday night and more. All right. Goodbye.
Introducing Agent William Gray from the Bureau Undermining Misinformation. When it comes to misinformation, Agent Gray knows what's at stake.
We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy. We're the front line of defense against those who would see our country crumble.
Agent Gray appreciates the opportunity he has to make a difference in the fight against dangerous misinformation.
I was a high school teacher for 15 years. Every year I just gotten more and more miserable. My buddy told me about this new federal agency that was just starting up. I thought that maybe I was the kind of person that this agency could use. And what I would tell you is that I have been seeing what my students post online since before Facebook was cringe. Slurs that they use in Call of Duty chat rooms.
Agent William Gray, a dedicated warrior against misinformation.
Our mission is to protect our country's important institutions, but we can't do it alone. We need help from people